Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a story it's really stuck with me. It kind of blurs the lines between, a chilling mystery, maybe even horror, but also raises some really deep philosophical questions.
It definitely does. It's one of those narratives that gets under your skin.
Exactly. So our mission today is to explore this truly spine-tingling story and pull out what it might tell us about things like fate and choice and I guess the consequences we don't always see coming. And it really forces you to ask yourself, if you could see the future, especially the really dark parts, would you actually want that power? And, even if you did, could you change anything? Or is it all just locked in?
It's a heavy set of questions, and this story doesn't just pose them abstractly. It really throws our main character into the deep end, exploring that burden of knowing. It's quite unsettling.
Absolutely. So let's meet Emily Harper. She's our protagonist. Pretty down-to-earth, 42-year-old single mom working in real estate out in a Chicago suburb.
Right, living in one of those older houses.
Yeah, exactly. An old Victorian fixer-upper. The type. Charming, but always drafty, maybe a bit spooky. And she's got this cluttered, damp basement she usually avoids.
Understandable. Basements can be creepy.
Totally. So one rainy afternoon, she's down there, probably reluctantly, and finds this tall, ornate, antique mirror hidden under a sheet.
Okay.
She pulls off the sheet, and the frame is weird. It's got these, twisting vines that look like they turn into screaming faces. Super unsettling.
Oh, yeah. Red flag right there.
You'd think.
Yeah.
But the glass itself is spotless, almost unnaturally clean. She looks at her reflection, and then for just a second, it blurs. She sees a flash of red lights, hears sirens, in the distance.
Huh.
She blinks, it's gone. She kind of laughs it off, maybe the storm, her imagination. But here's the kicker. Instead of leaving it down there, she actually drags this thing upstairs to her bedroom.
Emily, no.
I know, right? Unknowingly bringing this predictor of future horrors right into her personal space.
And things escalate pretty quickly from there, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. That very night, she can't sleep, gets up, and bam, catches her reflection in the mirror again. This time, it's not just a flash.
What does she see?
It's her son, Jake. He's 16. She sees him walking home the next day, totally glued to his phone, steps into the street without looking.
Oh.
And this black SUV just comes speeding around the corner, tires screeching. The impact, it's brutal. Jake goes flying, lands limp, blood. It's horrific.
God, how specific was it?
Unbelievably specific.
Yeah.
She sees the license plate, Illinois HJK 472. The time on Jake's phone says 4:5 p.m. He's even wearing this very specific red hoodie.
That level of detail, it's terrifying. What does she do?
Well, she's terrified, obviously thinks maybe it's a nightmare, but it feels too real. So the next morning, she just acts, sends Jake a text, take the bus home today, no walking.
The simple intervention. Did it work?
He gives her the typical teenager eye roll emoji response, but yeah, he agrees. He takes the bus.
Okay, so disaster averted. Phew.
Well, yes and no. This is where it gets really, really weird.
Yeah.
Jake gets home safe. Emily's relieved, naturally. But then she hears sirens a few blocks away. Later, the local news reports a hit and run. Happened at 4:15 p.m. Involved a black SUV.
No.
Yeah. The victim, a neighbor's kid, also wearing a red hoodie.
Oh, my God. So the mirror, it wasn't wrong about the event itself.
Exactly. The tragedy happened. The same details, the time, the SUV, the red hoodie, it all happened.
Yeah.
But Emily's intervention, saving Jake, it shifted the tragedy onto someone else.
That is deeply disturbing. The fate, the event, it was fixed, but the victim was changeable.
It seems so. And this is where it really hits you, right?
Yeah.
Imagine having that foresight. You save someone you love, which is amazing, but then you find out that exact same horror just happened to someone else instead. How do you even begin to process that? Could you live with knowing your action caused that shift?
It's an impossible moral burden. I mean, it completely redefines what saving someone means, doesn't it? It suggests fate isn't necessarily tied to a specific person, but maybe it's the event itself that's inevitable, like a debt that has to be paid somehow.
A cosmic debt. Wow. So after this, Emily becomes understandably obsessed with the mirror. And she notices something else.
What's that?
It never showed anything good, ever. No happy moments, no lottery wins, no sunny picnics, only dread, only awful things to come.
That alone is terrifying. A window only onto future pain.
Right. Then comes another vision. Her elderly mother in a hospital bed, gasping, machines going crazy. Looks like a heart attack. The vision implies it's happening in 2 days.
Okay, so what does she do this time? Does she hesitate knowing the potential cost?
No, I mean, it's her mom. She acts immediately, rushes her to the doctor the next day, insists they run tests.
Yep.
And sure enough,
They find something.
yep, a serious blockage. They do surgery, save her life.
So another save. But the pattern.
The pattern holds. Relief, yes, but now this crushing guilt is really setting in. Was saving her mom worth whatever unseen tragedy might have happened elsewhere to balance it out? Is this mirror gift or just a horrific curse?
That's the core ethical dilemma right there. Are you a hero or are you just redirecting suffering? It's a terrible knowledge to carry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So she needs answers. She starts digging into the house's history. Finds out the previous owner was this guy, Elias Crow, an eccentric antique collector.
And how did he end up?
Died mysteriously in the basement, where she found the mirror.
Of course he did. This gets better and better.
And then she finds his journal, hidden away.
The journal. Always a journal. What did it say?
It confirms everything. Calls it a cursed mirror. Says it came from 19th century Europe, made by some occultists who believed doom was predestined. Elias wrote, and this is chilling, "The glass reveals only the inevitable pains. To gaze is to tempt fate's wrath."
Inevitable pains. So he knew it only showed the bad stuff.
He even wrote that he tried to smash it once. But the next morning, it was just whole again, like nothing happened.
Okay. That is officially supernatural horror territory. It reforms itself.
Apparently so. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Did Elias see his own death in that mirror? Did he try to stop it?
It certainly adds another layer of dread. And this history confirms the pattern Emily's seeing.
Totally. It cements it for her, especially after the next vision. Her best friend, Sarah. She sees Sarah in this awful, fiery car crash on a highway Sarah drives every single day.
Oh, God. Did she warn her directly this time?
She hesitates, maybe remembering the neighbor's kid. She gives Sarah this vague warning, hey, be careful on the roads this week, okay? Take it easy.
And Sarah?
Sarah actually listens, decides to take public transit for a few days, and guess what?
The accident still happens.
Yep, same time, same place, fiery crash. But the victim is a stranger, someone else who was just in that lane at that time.
So the pattern is undeniable now. Intervention doesn't stop the horror, it just redirects it. Yeah. Like you said, cosmic hot potato.
Cosmic hot potato. It's so bleakly accurate. The universe needs its pound of flesh, it seems, and the mirror just lets Emily decide who provides it, indirectly. But then comes the vision that changes everything, the one that breaks her.
What could be worse than what she's already seen?
It's personal this time.
Yeah.
Deeply personal. One night, she looks in the mirror and she sees her own house, engulfed in flames, smoke everywhere, fire trucks arriving, but too late.
Oh, no. Her own death.
She sees herself trapped, collapsing in the bedroom. But the worst part, the absolute worst part, she sees Jake, her son, bursting through the burning front door, screaming her name.
Yeah.
And then a huge beam falls, crushing him instantly.
Oh, God. Both of them. And it gives her a date?
Yes. November 15th, just 1 week away.
I can't even imagine seeing that, the certainty of it. What does she do?
She goes into overdrive, checks every smoke alarm, unplugs everything that isn't nailed down, hires an electrician to check all the wiring. Frantic prevention efforts.
But that doubt must be eating her alive if she does manage to stop her fire.
Exactly. Who pays the price instead? Does the fire just happen next door? Does it take out the whole block? A school bus? The mirror gives no clue about the redirected tragedy, only guarantees that a tragedy of that magnitude will happen.
And Elias's warning from the journal must be ringing in her ears. To defy the mirror is to invite greater calamity.
Right. Some fates must be accepted. What a horrifying thought. She's completely trapped. She even tries to ignore it, covers the mirror, locks the door.
Does that help at all?
Not really. The images just invade her dreams. The fire, Jake screams. There's no escape from it.
So she's pushed to a breaking point.
Completely. So November 14th arrives, the day before the fire. She makes a decision, a desperate, awful decision.
Why isn't that
She goes back to the mirror, uncovers it one last time, stares right into it, defiant, and just whispers, "Show me."
And it
Yeah.
shows her options.
It does. It replays the fire, but somehow clarifies the outcomes based on her choices. Option 1, she stays home with Jake. They both die as predicted. Option 2, she sends Jake away somewhere safe. He lives. But she dies alone in the fire.
God.
Option 3, she flees the house entirely, saves herself and Jake. But the fire isn't contained. It spreads, consumes the neighboring houses, dozens of lives lost.
Those are impossible choices. Awful. More awful and catastrophic. How can anyone choose?
Right. What would you do in that position? Knowing any path leads to immense suffering. It's the ultimate moral nightmare.
There's no right answer there. Just degrees of tragedy.
So November 15th comes. Cold, clear day. Emily makes her choice. She calls Jake's dad, arranges for Jake to stay there for the weekend, tells Jake it's a girls' night with Sarah, sends him away.
So she chose option 2. Save Jake, sacrifice herself.
It seems so. She stays in the house,
Alone.
waits, and just as evening falls.
The smell of smoke.
Yeah. Fainted at first, then stronger. It's starting. Exactly as predicted, a faulty outlet in the kitchen sparks, catches the curtains, flames shoot up.
Does she fight it? Try to escape?
She grabs an extinguisher, but it's spreading too fast. The house is filling with smoke. She runs upstairs, back to the bedroom, back to the mirror.
Facing it one last time. What does she see now?
Not the future, not options, just her present. Herself standing there, smoke swirling, flames licking at the doorway. But her expression, it's calm, strangely calm.
Calm. In the middle of a raging fire. Why?
Because in that moment, she understands something. The mirror. It wasn't just predicting fate, it was testing her, forcing these choices. And she realizes that changing fate, truly breaking the cycle, maybe it wasn't about avoiding the tragedy altogether. Maybe it was about accepting the risk yourself, choosing where the inevitable pain would land.
So it wasn't about eliminating the misfortune, but about taking it upon herself. A sacrifice.
Exactly. And with this chilling clarity, she grabs a heavy lamp beside her bed and she smashes the mirror. Hard, glass explodes everywhere, shards fly.
Wow. What happens to the fire?
As the mirror shatters, the fire, it falters. The intensity just drops, almost like the energy driving it vanished when the glass broke, as if the curse lifted.
Wow. So destroying the mirror broke the event, or maybe fulfilled its condition.
It's ambiguous, isn't it? She manages to get to a window, climbs out, coughing, smoke-stained, but alive.
Alive. And the house? The neighborhood?
Firefighters arrive, contain the blaze just to her house. Significant damage, but contained. Jake comes home later, safe. The neighborhood is completely untouched.
So her sacrifice, her willingness to face it, and then defying the mirror, it worked. But it raises that question again. Was the mirror's power actually broken? Or did her willingness to die fulfill the debt, allowing the curse to release its hold for now?
Emily seems to believe she broke the cycle. Not by stopping every bad thing because she learned she couldn't, but by choosing to face the ultimate personal risk herself, rather than letting it deflect onto others. She controlled the outcome in the only way she could.
It's a powerful interpretation, taking responsibility for the unavoidable.
But the story doesn't give us a neat ending. It leaves you hanging.
How so?
The pieces of the mirror are just scattered glass now.
Ordinary?
Inert. Or they. Emily, sometimes in quiet moments, she still wonders, did she truly end the horrors? Or did her shattering the mirror just send them somewhere else, starting a new cycle for someone else, unknown, unseen?
That lingering doubt is terrifying. The idea that the curse might just be transferred, not broken.
And it really is. Emily's whole journey, that mirror, it's more than just a ghost story. It digs deep into choice, consequence, what fate even means.
Absolutely. Which leads us to that final thought, maybe for you listening to mull over. If fate does work, like this mirror suggests, if it's less about who suffers and more about that suffering must occur, just getting redistributed,
right?
What does that really mean for our idea of free will? Is the real horror here not just seeing the terrible future, but being put in the position of essentially deciding who suffers? Is individual heroism just shifting the burden, not actually conquering the tragedy?
Yeah. It makes you think, doesn't it? How much control do you really believe you have over the things that seem inevitable? It's a heavy question to end on.